Firstly, thanks for having me. And yeah, James Springer, Cloud and Services Director at Vanquish Technologies. We're a value-added reseller, at least traditionally, starting out in HQ in London. We now have reach in the rest of EMEA, pretty much. We have our technical team mainly based out of South Africa and Cape Town, with 25 of them, including our CTO. One technical resource out in Eastbourne, and our HQ now in Kennington in London, our CFO and small teams based out in the US in West Palm Beach, Florida. And we're looking to expand, obviously, post-Brexit, more so in the rest of Europe from a transactional point of view, from hardware, software, and services. Just with the extra paperwork for everyone, including Disty and resellers and vendors, unless it's purely SaaS. We're putting more of a focus. We're opening in Ireland shortly. Companies got some big names that we have serviced over the past, being your Red Bull, Merlin Entertainments, AB InBev, Heineken, T-Systems, some of the football clubs that everyone would know. Some clients I can't mention. It's really exciting to be part of the Progress's vision and the rest of the Chem team, who we know very well. We've utilized Kemp load balancers when clients have had obviously multiple projects around always on VPN, etc., and interlinking that with other service partners and whatever they require at the time and the projects that come up. Then interlinked into the Flowmon message when that product got brought over into the stack as well, and utilizing some of the clients and people that are interested in that specific requirement, and now obviously rolling out in with the Move It message, and making sure we support from there, and then we'll build out the rest in the Progress's suite as we go. I think mainly as a starting point, more solution selling, identifying obviously what pain points they have in general, and then tying your LoadMaster, your Flowmon piece, and anything around that. Even if that is pre-sale, we're doing a piece of work to help bolster up and understand how they maybe are deploying their VPN today, or doing their load balancing, or need tunneling done, or how things are hosted from an infrastructure point of view and how we can fit into that. And then bringing up obviously something like a Kemp and designing the piece of work and an SOW around that to actually deploy it and give them and their wider team support on different ways of actually utilizing technology and benefiting their businesses. And then obviously with something like a Flowmon from a security point of view, I think a lot of people kind of threw a lot of things into the cloud, and obviously then bringing up the load balancing piece, the Flowmon piece from a security point of view, privileged access management, who's accessing the data, what they're actually trying to achieve as IT itself within the business, and we extension of them. We tend to be at least part of the clients that we do work with, and help give them perspective on what they could be doing differently to get the best out of their IT department, and therefore in turn for their business. With firstly starting with the team itself and the proactiveness, including distribution. Clients have definitely been able to turn around, do their renewals very quickly if they've had any problems, increase resource if needed or requirement from a licensing perspective, and deploy that quite quickly. This is all they're changing, builds, etc. And then from our point of view on a serviceability, that's what we pride ourselves on as a business, being able to turn around stuff very quickly, even though while making sure it's deployed correctly, implemented correctly, and we still keep that roadmap open on what the business is trying to achieve just on the work that we do. But we kind of don't worry about the recognition, at least on our side. We know we have the Progress team behind us, and we have the technical guys that have the capability, and our clients based on that love interacting with us, and getting things done as quickly as possible to make sure that they have less pain and deliver what they need to back into the business at any time. I would say based on, going back to an account manager, for example, explaining what the clients come back with, what their needs maybe have changed to since they've maybe had an internal discussion, price point of view, if they have any issues or concerns, maybe they have budget constraints, and then working alongside the account manager and Disty to make sure we maybe change up the actual build itself, licensing requirements, pricing structure potentially to support the customers in the right way, to make sure it's within their budgets and ultimately give the clients exactly what they need, as well as for future proof. So that's how I would say mainly the progress team has always been a phone call or email away, and we're able to adapt and turn around stuff for the benefit of the customer, most importantly. I think for more of the sales team itself, obviously had to go through the learning material, make sure they understand how it is, obviously maybe touch base with any of the technical people we have in the business, appreciate how you would utilize Kemp, LoadMaster, etc., what problem exactly it solves, if there were any that were unsure, and maybe don't sell a product or service like that on a day-to-day. But from a technical standpoint, any of the technical people that jumped on, they know Kemp. They've done quite big projects globally, not always necessarily as the incumbent, but got involved. And when deploying other technologies and doing migration and always on VPN projects, etc., in the past, and they got it. They could pretty much, for the top guys, they could do it in their sleep, I would imagine. They're really, really sharp at what they do. But obviously with the support that we've had from Progress itself as a whole, we take that very seriously. I think partnership is thrown around very loosely nowadays, at least in my opinion. And that's why obviously when we got initiated on the training, we took it seriously, got it done as soon as possible, make sure everyone's familiar with what the strategy is of the business and how we're going to support Progress as a whole, who the account managers and yourself are that are running the business, who it interlinks in with Disty, and how we actually transact and support channel, the vendor and the client at the same time.